gay, gallo gay. Hi guys. I hope I don't look too nude, too bulky. But I got my hair done yesterday and I thought, you know what, before this expires, because today should be like, no, today is not even should be like, today is 30 degrees. So I was like, before this expires, which I can't lie, I need to record and get this out. Like, we're making use of this. We're making use of... You know, it's actually so funny because me and my best friend was talking about this. The fact that we're going into the real world is very... It's very weird. Like, because I don't know, as somebody that's such an academic... You've got nursery, you go to primary school, from primary school you go to secondary school you go to sixth form you go to uni, and then it's like, okay, now what? Because getting a master's, personally, I don't think, load the pinky out, I personally don't think you should go and get a master's unless you plan to use it, because I do know, and I don't blame them, but there are a lot of people that will go and get a master's because they don't know what they want to do, which I guess makes sense. But I don't know. All I can think of is the debt. Another student debt. And then you don't know. And especially when I think about what I want to do in this life, my goal, there actually is no point in getting a degree. I mean, that sounds bad. There's no point in going and getting a master's knowing that I don't plan to utilize it. However, that doesn't mean that in the future I won't. Maybe we actually have we have to see, strategize, think, Tama, think. Where are we going next? Oh my god, the armpit fat. I even was supposed to speak about like weight, because honestly I feel like when summer comes you just think, wow, I'm big. So obviously I mentioned that I'm graduating in July. Hey man, I want to talk about the fact that graduation is so expensive for no reason. And I don't understand why. So for those that don't know, yearly tuition fees started off on like 3k. Then it went up to 9k, 9.25. Then in the middle of me doing my course, it went up to 9.5. And for those that were still in uni when it went up, they saw that increase. So I did a different course in my first year, and then I withdrew because I hated it, and then I did another first year, but doing the course that I'm about to graduate from now. Those first 2 years would be 9.25, and then I can't remember, I think it was introduced last year or the year before, but the point is the rest of the years after that are gonna be 9.5. When you do the calculations, so for me, you start in September, but for me it's like late September. Some people even start in October. Then it's October, November, you have a reading week, 1 week off. Then it's December, and you finish like pretty early in December, maybe like the first 2 weeks. And then after that, the Christmas holiday is like 2-3 weeks. Then you come back, January, February, then there's another reading week, and in March you're done. That's, if you really like work it out, you're probably in uni for like 5 months. 5.5 months. And then we're being charged 9.5 for basically 5-6 months, which before people start saying, oh well, it's because this and this and this and this and this and this and this is this. Not that I don't care, but yeah, I just think that's an insane price. It should have always stayed at the 3k. However, I don't know why they increased it, but my humble opinion is it should have always stayed at the 3k, because the reality is that 9.5k for 3 years, my maths is 9 times 3, 9, 18, 27. So he said, I choked. Not me choking, trying to do maths, but yeah, that 9.5, we're already looking at basically like 30k. Not to mention your maintenance loan, which depending on XYZ, a lot of people are looking at like 50k worth of debt. Most people are not paying that off. Like, most people are not paying that off, or if they are, they're paying off essentially for the rest of their life, or for until you reach a certain age. Or you either have to earn below 23, I'm not sure if it's changed, but earn below 23k in order to not pay it off, which who would want to earn below 23k for the rest of their life? Obviously, in life, it's a stepping stone. You're going to start off at 23k, maybe, which these days I don't even really see, but you'll start off at 23k and then you'd want to work your way up. So it's just a lose-lose. But I say all of that to say, being charged that price and then graduation, you have to pay for the pictures. You have to pay to be there. Well, you have to pay for your family to be there. I think that's insane. The least you guys could do after charging us 9.5 in for a year is allow, like, is it okay if my parents come to my graduation for the free? Is like, I genuinely don't understand why that is a thing. And I know some universities do, they give you 2 free tickets and then you get, what is it? 2 free tickets and then extra tickets cost like maybe £20. For me, no, I got no free tickets. Well, I'm going for free. Which at this rate, I would be surprised. I mean, wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they said I have to pay to attend my own graduation. But they give you 2 free tickets for some. You pay extra. My uni, no. I go for free and then I get 2 free tickets. 2 paid, not free. There's nothing free. 2 paid tickets, £20 each. And that's obviously for my mum and dad. My brother, I don't know what we're going to do about him. But it's just insane, like having to pay for your family members to attend your graduation. I'm perplexed. Pictures, I can understand pictures, maybe paying the edit, but it's just so pricey. The gown, the cap, you could either buy it, which I don't know if that's the option for loads of unis, but for mine at least, you can actually buy the gown or you could just pay to rent it, which I think paying to rent it is insane. Buying it, okay, cool, because I want to keep this, but paying to wear a gown that you will give back, I just think somebody needs to do something. Like, one thing about people in France is they know how to they protest and they rebel. Somebody needs to say something, because I just think with all the cost and the fees and then the debt that will last some people a lifetime, making graduation free just to attend at least, that's the start. Like, it's the least you guys can do. But yeah, that's something that's going on right now in my life. But another thing that's going on is, obviously, as a young and fine 22-year-old, I think something that me and my friend were talking about the other day is just, where do you go from here? Obviously, I kind of touched on that before, but where do you go from here at 22? Like, after you're done with uni, let's say you don't have a job lined up, which is the case for most people. What do you do? Like, what do you do? And I low-key feel like, I mean, I don't want to put it out there, but I do feel like it could possibly be a bit depressing. Like, the waiting game of, okay, am I gonna get a job? And then if you do get a job, which is like, honestly, I feel like if you manage to secure something after university, whether it's something you want to do or not, you just have to thank God, because there are people that graduated last year that haven't got anything. People that graduated the year before that haven't got anything. So anything you can actually get your hands on, Lords, we thank you. But there also is like bound to be that disappointment if you manage to get a job. And let's say, like, I've seen some comments on the TikToks where somebody will say that they maybe did nursing, for example, and they're currently working in like Iceland. It's just like, do you know what I mean? Like, thank you, God, that I have a job, but it's like, studying all those years, doing such a difficult degree, or just in general, studying for all these years and then paying and being in there and then not even getting to actually use your degree is genuinely mind games. How do you live with that? And you know what? I am somebody that I've actually told myself I need to learn. Oh, is that my stomach? Let's hide that. Oh. Okay. I'm somebody that needs to learn to live more in the moment. Like, I'm such a, okay, now what? Okay, now what? Okay, now what? Like, before I had an exam, I had 3 assignments due in 2 days. And then obviously I had my exam like the week after, whilst going through everything that I was going through before. And whilst I was like doing the exams and everything, I mean doing the exams and the assignments, I was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to be free and just get this done and over with. And then as soon as I was done, I was like, okay, so now what? Like, now what? Because really and truly, I don't know where I'm gonna be in September. What am I going to be doing? And as much as I've told myself, okay, let's try to live in the moment, like enjoy the fact that right now, the season that you're in as somebody that is about to graduate or graduate, whatever, the season I'm in now, I might not have it again where it's just a season of who dares call me when I'm so busy? Yeah, as I was saying, and it's so funny because the phone call that I just had, I don't remember what I was saying anymore. This genuinely is just so me. Like I did all that yapping and I don't know what I'm talking about now. What was I talking about? But anyways, the phone call that I just had literally leads me on to one of the things I wanted to talk about. Life as the oldest daughter. Like, if I could summarize that phone call, it would genuinely just be life as the eldest daughter. But anyways, that's a good place to start because I wanted to talk about the regression of women these days. And to put it in simple terms, more and more we're seeing women wanting to be like babied, but baby to the point where we're kind of going back to where we were like even let's say 50 years ago, which is crazy because obviously women back then worked so hard to get to where we are today, where women are independent and they aren't relying on a man and they don't need a man to give them the life that they want. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And now we're actually going back to that, where women are relying on men to give them the life that they want. But when I say babied, because something that's really commonly said amongst a lot of eldest daughters, and I personally do agree, is that as the eldest daughter, it doesn't matter if you have 1, 2, 3, 4 siblings, so long as you are the eldest daughter, naturally, if you date somebody, you need somebody that is proactive. You need somebody with initiative. Somebody that's just, I'm on it. And that's because we've grown up having to be the, almost like, it honestly sometimes feels like you're a mum already, regardless of like the age difference, because even with me and my brother, there isn't a massive age difference. Like I'm 22, he's 20, but I still sometimes find myself feeling like a mother. Oh, you have to look out for that person, and it's not even just siblings, with parents as well. Yeah, I was literally saying to my best friend the other day, my mum came to my room to wake me up. I think it was like 5, 6 a.m. Her iPad, no, it wasn't her iPad, her phone updated over the night. And she was like, oh, tell me, please. I'm saying, what is it? My password for iCloud. Why do I know not even just my brother, why do I know everybody's passwords? I don't know many of his passwords, but I keep some of them in case he forgets that I know of. But why do I have to store everybody's passwords in my head, or have it written down, or have it noted, or have a picture of this, have a copy of this person's, that have a copy of that? Another time that she woke me up last week as well. So she was trying to send her offering and she wanted to send £100. She stormed into my room again early morning. Thelma, oh my God. I'm thinking, what now? I sent £1,000 offering. I look at the phone and it literally says £100. And I was like, it says 100. She's like, no, look properly. I'm staring at it. Yeah, I just woke up, but I'm looking at it. I'm pretty sure I know my zeros. It's £100. So you just stormed into my room and woke me up because of that. And she's talking about, like, even before I told her it's £100, she's like, oh, but how do I get it back? Like, how do I get the money back? My sister. Once you send that money, it's gone. There's no getting it back. I don't know. Maybe you can go to the bank and see, like, but I'm pretty sure they'll say, well, you willingly sent it. Even if it's an accident, so long as you sent it, there was no fraud, nobody held a gun to your head, you're not at knife point, you sent that money. I don't know what they can do, let alone me in my bed. But that's what I mean. You know, when you grow up like that, you grow up with, in some ways, having to inconvenience yourself for others. When you're dating somebody, you don't need another child. Man child. Did it. I don't know the rest of the song, but that song, you don't need a man child. I don't need a son. You need somebody that's like, okay, cool, like I can breathe. Do you know what I mean? Like the whole idea of, let's say, I don't know what example I want to give, but just the idea of not necessarily having to use your brain too much. Like when I'm with my parents or I'm with my brother, I have to use my brain. Oh, like somebody will ask you a question that you could have just Googled, which sometimes is flattering. Like, oh, you think I know everything. But other times it's like, Google it. Genuinely Google it. Why does everybody think that I know everything? Oh, Tama, can you, or offering up my services. Oh, don't worry, my daughter will do it. Oh, don't worry, my daughter's here. Brother, I'm doing something. Like, what do you mean I'm on the phone and I'm doing Oh, Tama, speak to this person. Oh, I genuinely hate it. So yes, it's nice when you are with somebody and you don't have to be in that role. You can just sit back, relax. There's somebody that's, oh, don't worry, I'll sort it out. Don't worry, I'll plan this. Don't worry, I'll this. Don't worry. Yes. I'm not worried at all. You just do. You just go. But that level is fine. Who doesn't want a little bit of weight off their shoulders? But where I think it gets too much is where we have women who, I need to find the TikTok because I sent it to my best friend, but it's almost like you're being infantilized. And I've actually seen some men, which I don't even want to sound like a pick me, but I've actually seen some men talk about the whole idea of, let's say we're the same age and I'm expected to take care of myself and figure out life as a 22-year-old guy. And now I've got another 22-year-old girl, or maybe 21, 20, and she also wants me to take care of her, but take care of her in the sense that she is fully dependent on me. I can't lie, I would hate that. I don't even want to sound, I would hate. I don't necessarily think I would want to have another human being that I am responsible for. Like, what do you mean you want to go out and you can't go out unless I give you money for it? Or what do you mean? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think once in a while that's nice, but it's this like codependency. And I think as well, the reason why there are some women that don't know how to, how did I get here? But there are some women that don't know how to stay single and they don't know how to be alone. And it's because of that codependency, especially if you deal with a certain caliber or kind or font of men, and the lifestyle or the things that you're able to do because you're dating them, you can't do by yourself. Of course, you're bound to be from relationship to relationship to relationship, situation to situation, guy to guy to guy to guy to guy to guy to guy, because you want to sustain that lifestyle and you can't do it yourself. And while I think it's not bad if you meet somebody who, I don't want to say upgrade you, they help you level up. I don't see anything wrong with that. But I think it's wrong when your dating experience, shall I say, is fully dependent on that. Like, you have a lifestyle or you have an image that you're trying to maintain or upkeep, and that is why you have to jump from guy to guy to guy to guy. When it's like, girl, you could just put in that little graft yourself and not have to waste your time with man to man to man to man to man. But yeah, like me and my best friend were literally talking about just the art of being babied, essentially. Before, we see women that are working so hard so they don't have to ask a man for anything. And I think it's so interesting, like how things kind of just go in circles. Like we started in a place where women couldn't go out. Their man's money is basically their money because they don't have money of their own, or they can't go out and earn. Or if they do go out and earn, they're not earning enough to survive. So they do kind of have to rely on another man. Or we're seeing before where some women's goals and dreams was to be a housewife. Well, no, now that is the case, but before, women are being housewives by force. You can't go out and get a job either because you just literally legally couldn't, or maybe the country you're in, maybe religion. You can't earn a living for yourself. You can't go out and work. Your vocation, I guess, in life is to be a mother and to be a wife and a homemaker. Like, that's it. And now we're seeing women going back to that and saying, like, yeah, like, I just want to be a wife and a mom. I'm back. So she overheated. My camera overheated, so I can't lie, I got distracted. I should have ate. I should have drank water. There's a lot. Oh, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. But back to what I was saying. Yes, now we are seeing women say that actually they are okay to just be a housewife and they are okay to just be a mother. And I think that that is okay if that's truly what you want. But I think it's a bit dangerous if we're seeing more and more women deciding that they want to give up on, I guess, not their rights, because I don't think it's that deep, but it's just interesting seeing how we're like reverting back to more traditional values. Even now, like women being called birds for having maybe like male centered views or being boy crazy. Now we're calling them birds, which is just very interesting. And it kind of reminds me of how calling a woman like a heifer, for example. A heifer is a female cow. And then we have a bitch. A bitch is a female dog. Like now, I mean, it's not on the same level of that, but notice how every couple of years there's a new term or new words to describe women that's supposed to be like an insult, but it's always an animal. I'm so woke. I am so woke. I just think it's quite interesting seeing like how we go back to more traditional values, even with as well women now being shamed for having children out of wedlock, which is interesting because even though men do get some shame, like, oh, you're a baby dad, you're a baby dad, you're a baby daddy, but women are getting most of the shame. Like, you'll see a woman post her baby shower or announce that she's pregnant and everybody's like, where's the ring, where's the ring, where's the ring, where's the ring? And I'm just really interested as to what triggered this, like what triggered the shift back. Because I mean, to be fair, for years having children out of wedlock has been looked down upon. That's where the whole term of calling somebody a bastard is. A bastard used to be what you would call the child of someone that was born out of wedlock. But we've made some progress since then. Like, things have changed, but we're almost kind of going back to that time where it's now a shame, which is, I don't know, maybe I missed the movement or I missed like who started this, but yeah. So now I'm just going to talk about a few things. I literally have my folder for that Collected Speaks on TikTok open. We're just going to talk about a bunch of random things that I've seen. One of the things that I've seen is there's a discourse or some discourse online about how wrong it is of influencers to come on here and act as if they haven't had surgery and it just being weird. And not even just surgery, like lying about the work that they've had done. And I would have to agree with that. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't owe anybody an explanation as to what you have gotten done with your body. However, where you do owe an explanation... Another phone call again. At this rate, I just need to stop talking because I am getting interrupted left, right, and center. But as I was saying, where the issue, in my opinion, comes with women, not even just women, men, people in the social media space that are figures lying about the work that they've got done is because, especially if you start selling the fitness influencers, they're as I was saying, where the issue I believe comes the most is when you have a lot of young girls that are watching you. And this literally reminds me, the other day, me and my best friend are going to Pure Cane in Peckham. If you know, you know. And we're on a bus, and behind us, well, two girls, two secondary school girls, I want to say they were oldest, they would have been 14 in year 9, maximum year 9. They came on the bus and were talking about the fact that they're too skinny. I mean, sorry, not too skinny. They said that they were too big and that they need to start going on a diet. And they said, what was it that they said? One of them spoke about a cleanse that she was going to start doing. I think she's, I'll do lemon water, blah, 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 blah. And it was insane because when we looked at them, they were literally like this. Not to body shame or nothing. There was absolutely nothing wrong with their bodies. But it's the fact that they were that skinny. As in, they probably would have worn a size 4 or 6. And they're in year 9 talking about needing to lose weight because summer is here. And I think it's just so sad. And we even spoke about the fact that, honestly, as a girl, as a woman, weight and your body image is something that you care about from so young. And I even remember being in year 7, probably year 7. No, I can't lie. When you're raised by ethnic African, West African, I think any maybe non-British cultures, there tends to be comments about weight. But especially being African, like from young, I'd be having comments about, oh, your bum, oh, your thighs, oh, you shouldn't wear this because this, you shouldn't wear that because this, you shouldn't wear that because of that. And in some ways, it is protecting you because unfortunately, there are men outside that are weird. But it's just so sad to think about how young it starts. Like, no 14-year-old should be worried about needing to lose weight in time for summer. And it almost makes me wonder, is that because of what they see online? Is it because women, like grown women, which obviously young girls look up to, are coming online and talking, oh, my body's this, and I need to look like this, or I'm doing this to look like this? Is that the reason, or is it comments that are being made amongst each other? And it almost makes me wonder, are young girls caring about body image because of what they're seeing online? Because they're looking at influencers who are saying that they've naturally just got these like really perky boobs where their nipples sit up here, which naturally, no, that's where mine do. But anyways, some people do naturally sit like that, but for the most part, they don't. And you probably did get your boobs done. Is it because there are women with ab etching and there are women who have had several rounds of lipo that are lying and are selling gym programs saying, oh no, like just do a couple crunches and your stomach will look like this? Is it because there are women that are going and getting hip filler and there are women that are going and getting BBLs, skinny BBLs or liquid BBLs, whatever it is? People like bum implants, people are going and getting all these procedures done and then coming online and lying and saying that they haven't done anything when they have. And there are some, I won't even say the celebrity that does this, but there's a celebrity who people have accused of getting a BBL or just having surgery in general. And she's like, no, I didn't. I have never had surgery. You haven't had surgery, but you've had other things. Filler is not surgery, but it's still something. But because you're not being accused of it in particular, you're like, oh, I haven't had surgery. I've never went under the knife. Well, you went under the needle. You've went under the needle. And I think it's just so sad. Like, we were so shocked when we heard these girls talking about needing to go on a diet. A girl in year 9 who wears maybe a size 4 or 6, which would be like an extra small, should not be talking about needing to lose weight or going on a diet. I don't know, because I think obviously it's all based on based. It's all based on circumstance. But I think year 9 is too young to be doing diets and doing all these taking things to. It's just, it's actually really sad. And as much as people will come out and say, like, I'm not a role model, like, it's your parents' job to teach you, etc., unfortunately, in some ways, you kind of learn. I can't speak. In some ways, you kind of learn the most outside of your house. You know, like, as much as your parents can raise you to believe that you're beautiful, you're confident, you're this, you're special, you're unique, you're one of one, you're amazing, you're all of those things, going outside will humble some people. And not even humble in a bad way. Going outside can genuinely be what plants the seed of insecurity in so many people. So many people are not insecure until somebody calls them out about something. So many people develop insecurities because somebody pointed something out that maybe they didn't even notice in themselves, and now they just walk with this insecurity. So all in all, it's sad. Like, it's so sad. And even sticking on the whole point of influencers, something that a lot of young girls as well need to really look out for is understanding that what you see online is not what you get in real life. And I think the situation with Tatiana, Chanel, and Boston Richie, that should be proof. There are so many girls that look up to these like Instagram models or influencers, and oh my gosh, like, I love your whole life. I remember the first time I saw that comment, and I thought, this is weird. And then it became an actual like compliment that people use, and I was like, there's no way. Like, to me, I was just like, this is so cringe. But like, there are people that genuinely believe that what you are seeing online is exactly what somebody is living. And Tatiana Chanel's situation, it's quite complicated because she was groomed. But I think the whole idea of seeing a girl post her being sent like hundreds of thousands of dollars, seeing a girl post money and stacks and post a car and post that she's got her own apartment, and then finding out that, okay, she may have been getting all of these things because of the relationship she was in, but she was also experiencing domestic violence. I think that should be a wake-up call for so many people. Like, so many people underestimate what goes on. So many people underestimate the power of social media in the sense that you're painting the perfect picture of yourself. No one is going to come on, well, for the most part, people aren't going to come online and show or talk about all the bad things that have happened to them. They're not going to come online and be like, hey, I got beaten up by my boyfriend today, but he sent me some money though. You're not going to see that. So I really feel like more people need to start taking that whole side of things with a pinch of salt. A lot of these, let me not say a lot, but some of these influencers are genuinely enduring some of the worst things behind the scenes. But because what we see online, what you see on TikTok, what you see on the Instagram page, it looks like, oh my gosh, she's having I love your whole life. Like, her life looks so amazing. Oh my gosh, she's got motion. She's really doing a lot. Because that's what is the focus and that's what's put out there. You forget that there's a whole other side of her life that you're not seeing, that may or may not be good. And that's the thing. Even though I'm saying that, it doesn't mean that that's the case for most influencers. Like, it is very possible for a woman to be with a man or be in a relationship or in general live a life that is legal, live a life that is fulfilling, live a life that is safe, where she isn't experiencing, like, I don't even know what word, the most traumatic events. It's so possible for that to be the case. But it's also important to realize that even though there are women that are living that life, there are women that are not. But at the end of the day, they're all posting the same thing, which is the glitz and the glam and the bags and the shoes and the trips and the transactions. They're all posting the same thing, but not everybody is living the same way. Oh, yes. I like that. Anywho, I think I've done enough yap today. Well, I haven't really, but I'm hungry. So I'm gonna go eat. But I hope you guys enjoyed hearing me talk. I'd like to know you guys' thoughts as well. I hope I was missed by like the few people that watch me. I hope. And yeah, I would love as well, like, guys, give me suggestions of places that I could go and film. Like, I'd had an idea of going to the Big London Bake and then recording while I'm there. Like, just really trying to step your cookies out before they crumble. Don't be acting like the go fumble, cause I'm a dealer. Fresh about that. Yeah. Give me suggestions of where are we recording? What are things that I could do whilst recording? I have my little mic, so it's very. How does this work? Oh, okay. It's so easy now to just go and walk around and just talk. Do you know what I mean? Like, I could literally be on the street talking, recording, having a chat, having a chin wag, doing what I do best, and I've just got this clipped onto me. Do you know what I mean? Like, we can be mobile now. Levels changed. So, yeah. Any suggestions that you guys have of things that I could do, and of course, like, topics, suggest a topic. I'm always receptive to that. But yeah. Bye, guys. I need to come up with some sort of catchy intro, slogan, outro. But yeah, I'm gonna see you guys. I'm gonna love you and leave you. And I'll see you guys again in another video. Yeah, another video. I'm not even gonna start saying next week. We're just gonna see each other. We're gonna see each other. But yeah, subscribe. Please, I'm begging. I'm begging you. Begging. I am begging. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys again